Who are you again?
Talk on camera. Oh, Lord. I'm just some weirdo that likes guys in diapers.
What?
I know. Hey, it's Diaperperv, and it's baby Donny.
Hey, what up, yo?
And I was going to change positions on where I was going to lie on your bed for a change on this video. But there's all these yellow stains on your bed sheet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's like at least 4 different yellow stains.
I think it's fake news.
So what caused the yellow stains?
Well, I had nap time in a messy diaper. I kind of just like stayed in the bed for like 3 hours. And it's not my fault that I just am busy and I can do laundry.
Okay, so you leaked all over the bed in different spots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well at least there's a plastic cover on it, so.
Very true.
I'm not gonna lie on this. Here I am sitting, here we are sitting in the same position.
Oh my gosh, what's that smell?
But you got a new diaper now.
Yeah, it was super soggy.
You were about to leak, and you had a huge toy up your hole. So yeah, when I pulled it out, I did not expect this huge thing to come. I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, what are friends for?
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah,
so we're going to talk about bisexuality and ABDLs. And maybe you guys might be very surprised to hear that it's way more common than you might think. Do you know a lot of ABDL boys and girls?
I will say that I know a lot of. Well, I think it's weird. Women have more of an accessibility to explore that bisexuality in society to not be shamed. Men get shamed for it. But I mean, personally, I don't care what other people think, and so I'm like, well, I mean, I'm gonna have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and maybe a mommy, a daddy, and like sister and brother, and like have a whole family. Like I like poly. Like it's not healthy to try to be everything to one person. Like, you're everything.
Right.
It's like that's very not healthy. It's like red flag almost.
Yeah, exactly. And even in like a monogamous relationship, you still have friends that have common interests outside of, your one partner.
Right.
And that could be,
your escape to be like, hey, I'm gonna go see Barbara tonight.
Right.
Or whatever. Like we're gonna go get sushi. Barbara and I get sushi.
Right, like even just having close friends to do stuff with is you sharing yourself mentally and emotionally. Mm-hmm. So.
I mean, it's important to have that. Like, we went out to dinner and stuff. Like, we'll go out and, like, you didn't end up going to the comedy show with us, but, like, it's nice to, I mean, you went out and did the other thing the other night, like, after that. So, like, you're able to get out. You do a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay, so bisexuality.
Oh, yes, bisexuality.
So, I wanted to talk about this. Well, why did you want to talk about it? This was your topic idea.
I mean, granted, I view so much bisexual porn as it is.
Yeah.
In the regular vanilla porn community, that I meet a lot of guys and girls out there, and it's nice to be able to meet some of these people that are not ashamed of their sexuality and who they are, and they accept it, and they're able to kiss me, like I think it's harder for guys to kiss another man. Yeah. Instead of like, oh, suck my dick, and they're like, oh, I'll suck your dick. Right. But to kiss another man, that's
that intimacy. It's a whole other level.
Hard to do. But in the ABDL community, I think it's a little bit easier to kind of blur those lines, because if you're like, oh, it's a daddy, like, maybe I'll have a mommy and a daddy. Have a whole family and sister and little brother.
So you think it's because of the dynamics of like a caregiver or like someone in charge versus not in charge?
That it would be easier to fall into that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I at least that's my opinion on it. I think that it's just an easier role because it's already set up. So it's like, well, these are the roles that people are going to play because everyone knows the roles. And so, I don't know, I think that it's probably somewhat more of an easy swallow instead of being like, going into the leather community and be like, you're my sub now, and it's like, oh my god, now I have to fucking, crawl on all fours and like lick someone's ass and like be an ashtray, or things that maybe you're not necessarily into. The ABDL community, if you're already a baby and then you're like, well, maybe I like mommies that use strap-ons, and then it turns into, well, maybe I could have a babysitter that's, a trans girl with a big dick. Then it turns into, I want a daddy.
Yeah, there is a transition. And I'll talk about my experience. I think mine is completely different than yours, because you do a lot of bi porn, you work, and you're by yourself. So my experience with everything is that when I was professional diaper fantasy facilitating, I had a lot of clients that would confide a lot of, secrets to me. And I had a lot of clients that enjoy feminization play as well as sissification play. And especially when they were feminized and they wanted to be a baby girl and wanted to play the part of a baby girl, because they were helpless to stop it, because I was the mommy or the babysitter. And I felt like, yes, you should be a baby girl. It gave them that freedom to explore a non-traditional role.
Yeah.
Without the guilt.
Yes.
Because mommy said, okay, now you're a baby girl. Yeah.
You're not getting a choice, basically.
Yeah. So it gave them that freedom to kind of let go.
Good.
And then that's when they would want a daddy, or I would talk about having a daddy play with them and play with their holes in the fantasy.
That's all.
Yeah. So I think there is a lot of bicurious men out there.
That's a better way to say it.
Who want that. And then once I got to know them better, I would ask them, like, would you want a daddy to come into the scene and do the things that we've talked about so many times? And a lot of them would work their way up to, yeah, I think so.
Call me.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I think that's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
For them to have that freedom to finally express that.
And accept it and actually ask you.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of guts.
Yeah, it does.
Like, no, nothing. No, I'm fine. No, I'm good. No, I don't need anything. Oh, I'll do a sandwich, maybe.
And in addition to that, I would have sessions with guys that were bi already, and they kind of knew that they were bi-curious or bisexual.
Right.
So I don't know if there's a bigger percentage of that. They're already ABDL and they're already into diapers.
And they're already curious about their sexuality too. Like being like, well, I like mommies. I could get into daddies if mommy was like to like
encouraging. Yes.
Right.
A lot of them wanted that facilitation.
Go ahead and suck on it. It's your new passy. And
you're
like, no. It's like push it in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of coerced, but at the same time, they want it.
Yeah.
They just want to be like, is this hot? You can turn on. And if a woman
like
gets turned on by it, then I'm like, oh my gosh, my dick's hard, and I'm going to suck this dick or make out with a guy in front of mommy.
So they want that affirmation and the encouragement too, right? I think maybe to alleviate their guilt or their shame about.
I think that's exactly it. I think you hit right on the head.
Okay, cool.
I think you did. I really did. Because, I mean, that's my own experience of my progression of, like, having girlfriends, and then I'd be like, can you use a strap-on? And then being like, well, do you think we could find a boyfriend? And then I've had some girls like, oh my gosh, you just want to fuck guys, blah, blah, blah. But you find girls that are like, oh, that's hot. Like, oh my gosh.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, like, suck his dick. Oh, you're like, I'm fuck you. And it's like, that is a great relationship. You could find something like that.
Yeah.
It's rare to find that, but it's out there.
You think so?
It's not impossible.
It seems like younger generations of folks are more into that because they've been exposed to it.
Because their parents are weird.
Or maybe because it's just normalized.
I think so. Yeah, nowadays, it's not like you're gonna, I mean, there are bully situations, I'm sure, in schools and whatever.
Yeah.
But majority of the places in America, you can walk around in a crop top with some short shorts and not get your ass beat most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to think like today's youth have a lot more freedom of options to be like non-binary, to be trans, to express themselves differently, to have non-conforming gender.
And I will say that they have some sort of, I don't know if they even realize it, but they have empathy to say, I can understand how you felt in a situation of like fear of rejection or fear of being shamed. And I don't want you to have to experience that because I felt it before and that was a crappy feeling.
Yes.
So I don't want to do that to you, buddy.
Yeah.
You do you. If you want to wear whatever you want to wear, more power to you. America, yay,
Right.
America. But don't tell me that I have to like do X, Y, and Z. This is, like that's the same thing. It's like just do your life and don't mess with me. I won't mess with you, and we're gonna have a happy country.
And I feel like the ones that have the shame of their bicuriosity, like are older, are like 35 and up to like my age or around my age.
I say
It's the
religion
worst.
too feeds into it, and then society
definitely.
standards of being like you have to be this male machismo man, and if you suck dick, you're gonna be banned from whatever, the golf course or something. And it's like, dude, I could still kick your ass and I'm gonna suck dick and you're gonna get your ass beat by someone that suck dick. So it's gonna be embarrassing for you. But that's the way I see things. I'm like, I don't know. It just took me a while to get to the point to say, I don't care. This is my life and I'm the one experiencing it subjectively and I'm going through this. And you don't have to be a part of it, even family included sometimes if it gets down to it. Like I've had experiences with my friends that their families are not cool with bisexuality and they're like it's an abomination to God. And
wow.
So it's it's just about love and it's about respect.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I grew up in like a bubble. Like I grow up now in a bubble of ABDL where everything is so accepted.
Yeah.
And so what advice do you have for people who are bicurious, but they don't know how to explore it in ABDL?
I mean, besides the whole like you should go to a munch and meet people, because I mean that's basically what we say all the time is go out there and meet people. But I think it's a lot of introspective, like look at yourself type of thing, and it's like find out where you're at, what makes you happy, and if it is with a man or a woman, or if it's either or, you're 50-50, whatever, it doesn't matter your ratio of like hetero to homosexuality, as long as you're able to be happy with yourself and find the people that will support this type of lifestyle to say, look, like I'm happy that you're getting this for me and I'd love to, like if it's a husband or wife or whatever, or a couple, like I want you to have a girlfriend or I want you to have a boyfriend or whatever it is and not have that jealousy. It's a hard thing to do, but if you have communication and you can talk to your partner of that primary of being like, this is our main couple. We're gonna have other people that come and play with us, but it doesn't. This is our main thing, so we can't break this.
Right.
If we break this, we're not going to have those little things to add on. And so it takes a while for people to learn that part and to really stick with your partner of being like, look, I'm going to check, you want to play with me on my own, but I'm going to check in with my partner just to be sure, because if I do that on my own.
Okay, so let's take it like a bunch of steps back, okay?
Yes.
Someone is bicurious or ABDL. Where should they find a play partner?
I think that it would be, depending on where you live, it would be cool to go out to, the local gay bars and be able to talk to people and express yourself and how you feel in your own sexuality and stuff. But realistically, how it's probably going to go is going to be online, and you're going to have a profile of some sort on whatever app, and you will have people that interact with that app and they see whatever you're saying. This is me. I like hiking and picking cherries or something, you know, and
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So always check the bi part of the orientation, right?
Of course,
Okay.
of course.
So what about at a real munch? I find it really difficult at a munch for people to tell if another person is bi or straight or just straight. Like, I think you could tell if someone's straight or gay, but how do you tell if they're bi? And I know you have that problem too.
Well, me, you normally can't tell with me. I'm not a very flamboyant boy.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy the company of both people, so it's a little bit different. But I think that it's important. If it depends if you're a man or a woman going into this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, actually, it probably doesn't. Talk to both people. Make sure if you are the third person going into this sort of thing, talk to the husband, talk to the wife, talk to both. Don't leave one out. Like, if you're just talking to the wife and being like, oh yeah, what up, girl? You know, like, nah, the husband ain't gonna fucking jive with that.
Right.
So to have those sort of dynamics of a bisexual play, you're gonna have to involve these people and be like, hey, okay, maybe we're not, even if they're not so much
But
attracted
how
to
do
you.
you tell if they're bisexual?
Oh, I would
Like-
just wear some like cute outfits and then tease and see if I get a reaction. That's my
Okay.
MO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I would do it differently. I
What,
would just
you
say
drop a
hi.
pencil?
No, I would just say, oh, I'm bisexual. So
Yeah.
that they know that I'm bisexual. And I know that's really hard for some people to just say openly, or to ask them, hey, are you straight or bi?
Mhm.
Or gay? Like, what
Or-
sexual orientation?
Yeah, what box are you trying to fill in?
Do you think that's too forward to just ask that?
No. I think that it would be, I mean, depending on the person that you're asking, if, you know, on the situation, but majority of people would respect that, I think.
One of the things I wanted to bring up is that I get a lot of guys, right, that are bicurious, and they want to find another guy to play with,
Fat life.
but they don't even know where to start. Or
I would
broach
say
the
fat
subject.
life. I'm sure there's groups of being like, bisexual daddies, baby boy type of thing. And
I don't think I've seen any.
I think I'm part of those groups.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I
That
like,
are ABDL.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
cause
Yeah.
I love daddies and mommies. It would be hot to have a whole, you know, like they're like, oh, you know, mommy's busy, daddy's gonna go
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
change your diaper in the middle of the night.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Maybe give you a little handy J or like
That's
suck
the
his
hottest.
cock. And then like mommy comes in like, oh my gosh.
The
What are you
hot-
doing?
yeah.
And then she like helps. Anyways, we're not going to keep on going to that, but yes, it's finding the people is the difficult part.
It is, because when you go to like an event, right, most people aren't directly out there identifiable as bi, especially men, especially if they're with a woman. Then a lot of people just assume that they're straight because they're with a woman, which that may not be the case. And then they're looking for, you know, people to, the guy is looking for
another guy,
boys.
yeah.
Yes, and I know other couples like that, and it's hard for them to convey it.
But it even goes back again to the gay community of like not, I don't want to fucking throw shade or anything like that, but it's like, it's, they don't want to see vagina. They don't want to see that shit. But it just takes a special type of people to say like, this is what I want, and I'm willing to share this person with the other adult mommy character, daddy character type of thing. But it's, I don't know, it's challenging. It's not going to be easy. That's all I'm going to say. Like, this is something I'm looking for, and this has taken me so long. I'm 40 now.
Good.
So,
Join the club.
so it takes a while to like, and you're gonna find red flags, and you're not gonna find the right people, but just keep trucking away. You're gonna find it. You just stay optimistic. You have to. There's no
Like
other.
how, just be open, right?
There's no other option. What are you gonna do? Just lay
That's
down?
true. No, you're right.
Like,
There is no other
Poor
option.
me. It's like, nah,
You're right.
get off your fucking ass, baby, and fucking find fucking mommy or daddy.
Go to events, I guess.
Yeah, Capcom, and Diaperperv. It's like you're gonna find a mixture of men and women there, and I've met some mommies like all over the place, pretty much. So they're out there, and
They
a
are.
lot of, especially women, I think men don't really understand how kinky women are, of being like, oh yeah, suck his dick in front of me, or like get fucked by this guy.
Oh my goodness, that's a whole other video that I really hate, this like stereotype that women aren't kinky, or that women can't possibly be into this.
I worked as a male stripper
I
for
like
years.
punch people
Women
that say
are
that.
they're if not as bad as men sometimes, they're like sometimes worse, where I'm like, girl, oh my gosh.
Hey, women have fetishes, women are kinky. I'm just tired of having to justify myself for other women.
Yeah.
No, that's just BS.
You shouldn't have to.
No, it's 2023.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly.
Oh, we have the internet.
But yeah, bisexuality is a beautiful thing. My personal experience was seeing Dave Navarro. He was dating Carmen Electra in the 90s, and then they had a boyfriend. And I was like, guys can be bisexual? I only saw girls being bisexual. So he was the first one that I was able to actually visualize and see. And I'm like, this is really happening. And I can do this too. I'm going to do it.
Wow.
And so that really gave me the motivation to live the life I want to live.
Okay, so role models are important.
Just like if people are like, oh my gosh, baby Donny, you inspire me to do this. Yeah, because I saw other people and I'm emulating that too. So just do the same thing, and you're going to be on my track. So.
Yeah, and if you are bicurious, there's a lot.
So my phone number is.
There's a lot. There's a lot that want a daddy. Mm-hmm. I think the bad thing, or the thing that might be an issue, is that all the ABDLs I know that want a daddy experience, they want a top. And there's just not enough tops out there. True.
Like I said, call me. We'll work that out. But yes, it's hard to find what you need, and especially this niche of a kink, the ABDL community, where it's like you need to know what to say, how to put a diaper on, how to add baby powder and A&D ointment, and there's a whole plethora of things that if you don't know it, it'll shut me off right away, and I'm like, I already know you're not a part of this, and I'm not turned on.
But these things can be taught.
Of course. Yeah, if you actually like the person and they're kinky and they want to learn, cool. If they're just doing it because you're cute, it's kind of a red flag.
No, that's a huge turnoff for me too. Yeah,
because I'm having to do it myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't fun.
Yeah. And I've had that before, where people pretend to be, or say, I'll try it, and they're like clearly not into it, and that turns me off right away.
Oh, yeah. But anyways, bisexuality is a beautiful thing. And I think that if you're able to explore yourself and be true to yourself and love your sexuality and explore that, it's not a shameful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and don't feel ashamed of it. This all wouldn't be here, and this all wouldn't feel good if this wasn't supposed to be done. So I really feel that we're set up to be good little sluts.
Oh wait, okay, so what kind of advice would you give to someone that is bicurious, but they're scared to take that step? Like, if I do, suck someone off, it will... I'm not sure what they're scared of. So
there's multiple things that could possibly happen. For myself, having I had a girlfriend before, and then I wanted to play with a guy, and what if she found out?
Right.
If I was sucking his dick or getting fucked by him, she would totally out me probably, and break up with me and talk all this shit. So I'm like, I don't want that. I'm gonna try to hide it because I'm ashamed, and that's not healthy. If you have a relationship with someone, they should love you of your goods and bads and uglies and weirds and stuff like that too, because that's all who you are.
Right.
And they should love and respect you, but it's all a path that we need to take, and I hope that everyone can find their openness to explore their, bisexuality, that would be cool, but...
Or they just do it behind their partner's back. I know a lot of people like that, too.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens, and I'm not going to say that it's good or bad. I'm just going to say that it's our path that we need to take sometimes, and just, understand the consequences if you don't explain that to your partner.
Don't mess up. Don't leave a trail. I don't know.
Well, then also it's like, because you really, ultimately, I'd love to have a partner where I could say, look, I've been chatting with this guy online.
Right.
Look at his pictures. Oh my gosh, he's a beautiful dick. Like, look at his body. He's been talking to me so nice. He's not disrespectful.
Right.
You think I could, go meet up with him for dinner or something and play, honey? And then she'd be like, oh, that'd be hot. Like, will you send me some pictures or something? Or, maybe we could all meet first.
Yeah,
so I know, they're cool and they're not going to try to steal you away from me. And then we'll go with that. But bisexuality is about communication. You can't do this if you can't communicate. It just doesn't happen. You have to be able to talk to someone.
So. Or do it behind their back.
Right. It wouldn't be fulfilling then, because you would feel shame and you would feel that you're hurting someone's feelings. And you should be able to say look, this is what I'm interested in. Because if you're wasting someone's time, imagine 3 years down the road or 4 years down the road, oh, by the way, I'm bisexual. And they're like, what the fuck? Oh my God, get out of my house.
Right, anything can happen. And then it's probably more negative.
Tell them early in this.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're then to be wasting everyone's time.
Yeah, so I could share my story too.
Please.
Because I have experimented with girls and I'm straight, but I feel no guilt or shame for having my experiences. I'm just well, now I know for sure it's not for me.
Sure.
When I was younger, I thought maybe this could be for me. Maybe I am bi, right? But you don't know until you try it.
Yep.
And then it's not even the first time. I tried it a few times. And then I realized, reflecting upon it, it's just not my thing. I'm 100% very, very
and that's
straight,
okay.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just a physical act. It's just a sexual act, and it's not something I was into, and there is no shame about it.
Now, will you say that you took it from more of a sexual role rather than intimacy role of being I want to cuddle with this girl and go to the pumpkin patch and watch Facts of Life? Rather than just being I'm gonna smash her face in my pussy and fucking make her come.
It was just sexual. Yeah.
And I've noticed with myself too, I guess I'm more of maybe I don't think I'm 50-50. I'm 60-40 maybe with men towards women.
Yeah.
But I think with men, I get very primal sexual urge of I want you to just plow me and hold my head in the fucking mud and treat me like an object. With women, it's more of I want to kiss and feel your body and but at the same time I do when a woman's oh no, you're fucking, I'm gonna take the strap on and stick it up your ass, you're gonna be sucking this cock and lube it up enough for me to stick it in your butt or whatever.
So do you like kissing men?
I do, on if they know how to kiss correctly. But I hold kissing as such more intimate. I'd rather fuck than kiss.
Real? Okay.
I don't. Fucking is it's not that big of a deal for me.
Yeah.
Kissing is I like you.
Right.
And if I kiss you, I like you. If I won't kiss you then if I don't like you. So it's just I don't know. Everyone has their own deal, but that's how I am.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
How about you? Do you hold kissing more close than fucking?
Not necessarily. I think it's about equal for me. I have kissed women, but for me, it was just to try it out, and I didn't feel anything. Really.
Kissed a girl, and I didn't like it.
There wasn't that sexual tension
right.
that there is for men.
Really? Oh, tingly in my pussy.
It was just an act, same as me,
yes.
I don't know, playing with this keychain. It's about as intimate as me playing with this keychain.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it really depends too if I'm attracted to them, like on a different level of being like they're smart and I could like carry a conversation with them and they have good hygiene and they're not a liar. Like
They're not a liar.
Well, then
That's a big one for me too.
But that's
God.
that's how it is sometimes. But that's where that's just we all have our like sets of values. Like we need to at least do this before I start doing this.
Yeah.
But I feel that it's great when I can share my bisexuality with other people posting things online and stuff, because then it gives them the ability to say, I identify close to that guy. Like that's like one of my friends. That's like Larry over there. Like I see him every day. Like if he could suck a dick and get dick down and still maintain his masculinity, which doesn't fucking really exist.
No.
But anyways, in the story of then I could do it too. And so that's when we get these emails from people like, thank you so much.
Oh, you know what I love to ask guys to get a gauge of their bisexuality? Why are you freaking laughing?
Because I thought I was going to say what you would ask, and it would be like, you gay.
What? No. Okay, no, that doesn't even make sense, Donny. So this is what I like to ask. I like to ask, where are you on the Kinsey scale?
I got that time.
It's because this other guy told me where he was.
If people know the Kinsey scale is.
Yes, but then I can just send them a link, and then they can see the whole scale, analyze it, and then give me an answer based on their thoughts, and that gives me a really good indication of where they think they are right now. Because that could always change with experiences and with fantasy.
And when they come.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm going to go eat a sandwich.
So please look up the Kinsey scale, or I will link it down below.
Oh, yeah. You should probably do that.
Yeah.
Because everyone can do their own Kinsey scale test. And see, like, how gay am I?
Yeah.
It's Pride Month, y'all.
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is going to come out in July.
That's true. Well, America.
Yeah, July 4th. So at gay events, sometimes as a female coming in and looking for guys that are bi, I don't know if I get a lot of indications from the guys. How can they signal to me that they'd be down to play with me?
With me, what I will do is I'll stare a bunch and then I'll ask questions. And I'll come up and be like, for instance, I was at IML, which is International Men of Leather, right in Chicago.
Yeah.
This mommy was dragging a boy in a straitjacket, a diaper, and a locking pacifier gag, and she was dragging him by the leash around all these gay men.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so hot to be exposed like that.
Yeah.
If I wasn't with the people I was with, I would be very tempted to go over there and say, oh my gosh, you have such a cute little boy. Like, do you need another little boy or maybe a big brother?
Okay.
And I would approach like that. But that's just because I am a little bit bolder than most people.
Yeah.
But if you're not trying to go like that, I would say something like, just compliment. I'd be like, oh, that's so cute.
And then I'm supposed to get the hand.
Diaper. Huh?
So I go into Diaper Active, right?
Yeah.
And it's a gay event, right?
Correct.
And then so if a guy starts complimenting me a lot and staring at me,
I would just move closer and being like, hey, what up? Do you want a diaper change? And then see how that goes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
That's when you start developing that and be like, let's ante up here. Like, we're gonna do a diaper change. Oh, I'm gonna play with your wiener. If you get hard, maybe I'll oh, mommy's boy has a little heart on, and then start doing stuff.
Okay, so just be honest.
Hell yeah.
Right, and just say.
Don't be a liar.
Don't be a liar. Be honest. Stare a lot, according to
Exactly.
Be very complimentary.
Yeah.
And then maybe the person might get the hint. For me now, I just want to have the Kinsey scale printed out and laminate it and be like, where are you on this chart?
Everybody read it.
Put a sticker on it. Right? So I think that's how I would do it. But you're right, like I'm not that forward at these events.
Right.
I'm kind of shy.
Yeah,
so
you're an introvert.
Yeah, so maybe I should actually go and talk to boys that I think are cute. And be like, hey,
you do
can
the
I
compliments.
change you? Yeah.
And be like, oh, are you wet? Do you need a diaper change? And then if their boyfriend says, out of the way, bitch, they'd be like, all right, sorry, my bad. And just sidestep and go to someone else.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then fuck yeah, go for that shit. Fucking play with his little dick.
All right. Well, too bad I'm not going to any Diaperperv.
Me either.
Because the times don't match.
Yeah, I'll be in San Francisco.
Yep. I'll be in Long Beach, not at Diaperperv, but at a different party.
We're gonna both be just sad.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, bisexuality is a fun thing, so please explore it on your own and be safe. And remember, clean out your butthole if you're gonna get something in your butt. Do an enema. Make sure that you are like expelling clear liquid before you start playing. Unless you all want to do that, that's cool. But
that's
just letting you know, you don't want to be embarrassed. So enjoy it and explore yourself. And there's a prostate there for something. So there's a reason.
Oh yes, that's a good intro to it. Like if you're bicurious and you're shy, have a girl like go in your butt.
That happened to me when I was younger. Like a girl would like suck my dick and then she would finger my butt and my prostate and I'd come like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god. Now I started asking her to like put Sharpies on my butt and like bigger things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, now I need a daddy.
Yay, that's a great intro. Is prostate play with a girl, and then anal play with a girl.
Yep.
Toys, maybe then pegging, then sucking on it. This is great. So we have a progression. We have actual like steps that they can take. And my advice is that you only live once.
YOLO.
Yeah, it's just physical. It's just a physical act. There's nothing to be
You ain't gotta go home with them, fucking spend the night and shit if you don't want to.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, just enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Don't let anybody dictate how you want to explore your sexuality. That's fucked up.
It is.
We have these rights in America. You know, exploit those rights. This is a fun little conversation, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye.
Bye.